I'm Tom Gager. I'm founder of ReelMusicianPro. We've been in business for years. We work in both video and audio, and we work with clients from Pulitzer Prize authors to large talent booking agencies like William Morris, to best-selling authors, to those just starting out. And we give each project the attention that it deserves. We like to think that being a Grammy-considered company, that both our pricing and quality are hard to compete with. Being in business for as long as we have, we've worked in all kinds of places and conditions, from studios to on-location recording, like the Vehicle Assembly Building at NASA's Space Kennedy Center, the largest one-story building in the world. If you can imagine trying to video and record audio with a 125-plus ventilator system going on, it's challenging, and it was. We've also recorded in caves. We've done documentaries that featured sound recordings and the capture of sound for impulse record. So take a look around and give us a call or email, and we'll be glad to answer any additional questions you might have. Thanks for watching.
Ryan! Wow, that's so cool! Can you talk? Hi there, little guy. Nicole, look over here. Wow!
ReelMusicianPro.
This is the first video in our series of recording audiobooks and how to successfully record your audiobook and get it done sounding like the pros while not breaking the pocketbook. If you've done any online research, you've already found out that prices and costs to record an audiobook, they're all over the place. And with so many choices, what's really a good deal, and companies or individuals to work with or to avoid? And what are the real costs in recording an audiobook? Having recorded as many books as we have, we can tell you the do's and don'ts and what to look for and what to avoid when recording your next book. The first question is always cost. How much is this really going to cost me? I'll tell you what ReelMusicianPro charges in just a moment, but that question is relative based on a number of factors. It's like asking, what is the car going to cost me? Well, is it used? Is it new? Is it a luxury model or a car you want to avoid altogether because of known problems and guarantee issues? Prices vary, but range anywhere from a kid in a college dorm room recording for $50 a finished hour of audio to well over $700 a finished hour of audio. A finished hour of audio is mistake-free. In other words, aside from a possible word that was skipped or misread, all the editing has been done. An hour of audio is based on a word count of approximately 9,500 to 10,000 words. Every reader and book has a different tempo, and so most in the industry use this formula of 9,500 to 10,000 words per finished hour of audio to get their costs and to give you a quote. So if you have a book of, say, 52,000 words, and the price you are quoted is $2,860, by doing the math, you'll find out that the company or individual is charging you roughly $550 per finished hour of audio. At ReelMusicianPro, we generally charge between $250 and $350 per finished hour of audio, depending on the type of read and how many books are being recorded by the client. We do give multi-book discounts. Being a Grammy-nominated company, apples to apples, it's hard to compete with both our quality and pricing. That's just a reality. We work with many individuals who you've already heard on TV and radio, or the big screen for that matter. With ReelMusicianPro, that same 52,000-word book would cost you around $1,560. That's a big difference. Price is almost cut in half, and chances are our quality would far exceed that of the more expensive quote. Let's face it, audiobooks aren't cheap, and they're not cheap for a number of reasons. They're much more difficult to produce and record than a commercial. Why is that? Well, to start with, most commercials have music, and they include the surrounding audio environment of where the commercial is to have taken place. Which does what? It hides the sometimes poor audio quality of the voiceover. Audiobooks, on the other hand, can go on for hours, and if you took that same audio quality of the TV commercial voiceover and used that for your audiobook, you might be sorely disappointed with the noise of the mic, boominess, and bassy plosives. Those are bassy pops while the voice talent is recording, which leads to another question. I'm the author and know the material of my book better than anybody, so shouldn't I record it? That sounds reasonable, but it all depends. Do you have the time? Do you have the right equipment? And do you have the know-how? There is a trade-off for authors who are concerned about the delivery of their book in such a way where sometimes they win the battle but still lose the war when they record it themselves in terms of quality. They record the book just how they want to and certainly save money. But it's recorded in a space where one hears sound bouncing off the walls of the room, outside dogs, overhead planes, the hum of the computer, and in many cases, even though the professional voice talent may not have every inflection that the author would have wanted, they would still have come across more polished and professional. Not to discourage anyone from recording their book, but that's the case most of the time. Let's say that you still want to record your book, and you're willing to pay for studio time, which is more than likely a better option. Make sure that the studio you are recording in does this type of work. Just because the studio is a studio and is in business doesn't mean that they record audiobooks, or at least do them well. There's a big difference between recording song demos or commercials than audiobooks. Studios that record audiobooks instinctively know which mics to use to minimize what they call the self-noise of the mic itself. Remember, we don't have a music bed and the recorded ambience in back of our voice talent, except for maybe the start of the chapters for intro music. They also know which mics will perform better, along with mic placement to avoid those plosives and microphones that are harsh or have a grisly sound to them. That's industry lingo that means that the mic has a metallic or real crispy high end to it. Cheaper podcasting mics tend to be more grisly sounding, although they have improved. And finally, another factor if recording yourself is the time in editing. You'd be surprised at how many mistakes you'll make recording your own book and all of the retakes and time to pull back the audio mistake in the software and then to start recording it again. It takes hours to get one finished hour of audio. On average, it takes 3 to 4 hours for professional voice talent to record and edit 1 hour of finished audio. Just make a note to self. This is going to take some time. A good deal of time if you've never recorded an audiobook before. And this is before learning the software. This is the first video in the series of recording audiobooks. For further information on audiobook recording, audio trailers, video trailers, marketing, anything along those lines, feel free to give us a call at 615-300-5030 or, of course, email. We'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. Thanks for watching.